Tao Te Ching, 77. As it acts in the world, the Tao is like the bending of a bow. The top is bent downward. The bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and deficiency so that there is perfect balance. It takes from what is too much and gives to what isn't enough. Those who try to control, who use force to protect their power, go against the direction of the Tao. They take from those who don't have enough and give to those who have far too much. The master can keep giving because there is no end to his wealth. He acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and doesn't think that he is better than anyone else. Tao Te Ching, 77. Encouragement along the way. Let me let this little buggy out. Bug's trying to fly out. Well, this is a video teaching series on the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way, written by Lao Tzu, written thousands of years ago, guys. A book of wisdom, much like the book of Proverbs in the Bible. The Tao Te Ching is 81 chapters, little short paragraphs of the art of living and how to do it, how to master the art of living through certain spiritual techniques that the Tao outlines. And this Tao is no exception. Tao Te Ching number 77 is definitely a insight onto the spiritual technique of the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way, how to master the art of living via the manual of the art of living, the Tao Te Ching. So let's get into it. Let's see if we can master some of life, some of the art of living. Doesn't that sound nice? I hope it does. Let's get into it. Tao Te Ching 77. As it acts in the world, the Tao is like the bending of a bow. The top is bent downward, the bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and deficiency so that there is perfect balance. It takes from what is too much and gives to what isn't enough. This is so fascinating, this metaphor of the bending of the bow. Can you see it in your mind? It adjusts excess and deficiency. Are you aware of when things are out of balance in your life? The Tao says be aware of when things are out of balance. The Tao is in perfect balance. It is in perfect harmony with the way things are. It is perfectly bent, the upwards perfectly bent downwards, and the downwards is perfectly bent upwards, in perfect harmony and unison by the string. And there is harmony at the center, where it's being pulled. It's fascinating. I love this. I love the phrase, it adjusts excess and deficiency so that there is perfect balance. Be aware of when things are out of balance. Are things out of balance in your life? Is there chaos? Is there bitterness? Is there unforgiveness? Is there hatred? Is there anger? Is there fear in your life? Does that describe any element of your life? Then, my friend, things are out of balance. Perfect harmony is an option on the table, so why not take it, my friend? You and I are all potentially the master, and the master is all potentially us. Wow, that's fascinating. A birdie just came and flew up my window and just like looked at me directly in the eyes and then flew a little bit next to my car. Very interesting. You know, the signs, the omens, the book The Alchemist, it calls them the omens. Pay attention to the omens. There are synchronicities and things going on all around. Messages being sent by little animals, by people, by nature, from source, from divine, from divinity, from God, from the Holy Spirit, from the Tao, from Jesus Christ. The Tao is a metaphor for the Holy Spirit, you guys. And the whole ministry of the Holy Spirit is to reveal that the revelation that Jesus is Lord. That's what the Bible tells us. Anyway, continuing on. Let's read this little section again in its fullness. As it acts in the world, the Tao is like the bending of a bow. The top is bent downward, the bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and deficiencies so that there is perfect balance. It takes from what is too much and gives to what isn't enough. Wei Wu Wei. Doing, not doing. Being, not being. Action, non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Nothing is left undone because the doer is transformed wholeheartedly into the deed. Did you guys see that bird on the video? Oh, now they're on top of the car. Wow, fascinating. The vibes are radiating today. Do you feel them? I felt them this morning. I had a really intense meditation, so perhaps today specifically they are really whomming. Perhaps the earth is whomming majorly hard today. The frequency, the Schumann resonance rather. But let's continue on with this Tao. It's continuing on with this same idea. It says, those who try to control, who use force to protect their power, go against the direction of the Tao. That's because trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. The Tao is not control, it's not domination. The Tao is let go. The Tao is freedom. The Tao is ease. The Tao is, it's receptive as a valley. It's shapeable as a block of wood. It's fluid as melting ice. Those who try to control, who use force to protect their power, go against the direction of the Tao. Does that describe any kind of things you're seeing as well? They take from those who don't have enough and give to those who have far too much. Dang, man, that sounds like something going on too in the world. And this book was written thousands of years ago, guys. Fascinating. Is our age so much different from Lao Tzu's age? Like I said, the technology is different, but has human nature changed all that much? Let's continue on. That's pretty self-explanatory. This gets into now the master, and it says, the master can keep giving because there is no end to his wealth. He acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and doesn't think that he is better than anyone else. Again, you and I are all potentially the master. The master is potentially us. The master is someone who has mastered the art of living. The master is someone who has mastered Wei Wu Wei and implemented Wei Wu Wei into their existence. Doing, not doing, being, not being. Action, non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. They are also resolute at the core, at the center of their being. And it says that the master can keep giving because there is no end to his wealth. That doesn't actually mean monetary wealth, materialistic things. His wealth is his knowledge, it's his being, it's his example. His wealth is his example, which he keeps on giving because he keeps being the example. The master can keep giving because there is no end to his wealth. He acts without expectation. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. He acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and doesn't think that he is better than anyone else. No, he doesn't really think at all. He is like an idiot. His mind is so empty. Do you understand? I pray you do. The longest journey, some say, that we'll ever take is from the brain to the heart. And you, perhaps, listener, can be understanding this logically. Yeah, sure, I can see that. That sounds like it could work. But you don't quite know it experientially in your being yet. I recommend that you first go and forgive everyone of everything. While you're doing that, run to the center of the core of your being. I recommend that you ask Jesus to come make a home and abide in the very core, in the center of your being, in the center of grace, in the center of your heart, where grace resides and lives in your heart. And you just simply start to not be. What does the Tao say? It says, begin practicing not doing, and everything will fall into place. Not doing is a form of faith in the way things are, in trusting in the universe. The Tao says man follows the earth follows the universe follows the Tao. And so if man follows the earth, then that means we're following the Tao, which means we're following the Holy Spirit. Because there's a divine order to things. There is a natural order to things, and we come to our conclusions. The Master comes to his conclusions about things by observing nature, by observing the way things are. It's a simpler way, guys. I hope you got some benefit from this today. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next one.